Am I on? I never know when I'm on. Ah, oh no. Oh no. There's a bad technical difficulty, people. I need to get my mouse. Okay, I just saw the notification. I was live. Welcome, everybody. Happy Sunday. All right, let me see. I don't even know if you guys could hear that. Anyway, hi. I wanted to talk to you guys about manifesting and how, from my perspective, it's much better. I can see this is my mouse, where my mouse fell. It's much better and much easier. It will get easier when you start kind of making it your lifestyle and not like deciding. I hear this come from some people like, oh, I decided I was going to try this for a little while. And if it didn't work, then that's not manifesting. You don't want to do that because then you're going to end up, it's going to become a hard situation because you're actually not going into it with trust. So I don't see the live chat still, but I do see that people are coming on. I'm going to try this again. Bear with me, guys. Okay. When you guys do come on, I can't see you yet, but just say hi and tell me where you're from. Let's see. I want to tell a few stories when I was first starting understanding how to consciously create and deliberately manifest some of the things that I did. Oh my God, why am I manifesting this right now? There we go. All right, yay, I'm starting to see people now. Okay. So, so I'm going to talk about, from my perspective, it's really important that you make manifesting, deliberately, consciously creating, being who you are and being a lifestyle and not getting so stuck when things are appearing to go against you. And that is the best advice that I can give you. I'm going to talk about some things that I had manifested and some tips that I believe will help you guys empower yourselves. So I'm going to say hi to some people as you come on, and then hopefully I'll take a couple questions. I'm not going to be on for too long today, but so let me just take a sip. All right, let's see. Colo Allen. Hi, Kim. Hi. Zaid A. Queen. Hello. Courtney Jennings. Yay, I caught alive. Yes, you did. Mosh. Hi, how are you? It's been a while. How are you, Mosh? Lisa Sar. Hi, Kim. Hi. Cynthia. Hi, Kim. Hi. Lisa Sar said again, was a great session with you on Tuesday. Awesome. I'm happy that I'm glad that that was good for you. I also loved it. Sometimes I'm a little nervous when people say like something about a session because I'm like, I don't want to like give out your personal private information. So I immediately go into hush, let me not say too much. Taurus Moon, my first live. Hello. Mosh, I'm so great. Awesome, Mosh. I'm happy to hear that. Mars ML, hi Kim. I messaged my SP last night, not expecting anything, saying I hope he's doing well. He replied this morning. I didn't say anything after his response. Okay. Why? If your person replied to your text, reply. Just reply to your person. But do it with confidence and with union energy and with trust. And don't worry if something comes back that isn't in alignment with your end. If it is happening, it doesn't matter. It's all working. Okay. So go ahead and reply. Nicole Snowden retracted her message. Now I'm so curious. What was it that you retracted? Please repeat or say something new if you feel like you should have retracted that. I'm just teasing you. Kawai, Newt. Bonjour. Bonjour. Mars, I felt like it was inspired action and I will keep doing the work. Wonderful. But you had the inspired action, Mars, to reach out. You reached out. He replied, reply back. But when you reply back, do it with confidence. Okay. Do it with trust. Focus on the energy of the togetherness of you guys being in your end, whatever your end is. Okay. And somebody asked recently, what is my end? Is it when I'm old and gray and about to die? No, your end will constantly change. Your end, as you evolve and as you grow and as you want more, your end will also change. Your end can change even now of what you want. You can make new decisions and new choices. Just keep allowing yourself to evolve into being exactly what you want to be. Let me see. Hold on one second. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry. Okay. So let's see. T T Weezy. Hey Kim. Hey. Sarah Smith, what do you think about changing so many beliefs like trusting universe, being chosen, etc., and leveraging some existing beliefs that may not be super powerful, but you get what you want? What? What, Sarah? What do you think about changing so many beliefs like trusting universe? Okay. The the overarching belief that you could, and what I would instill, I instilled this belief in me early on, that my desires desire me, that what I desire is what God wants for me. I know some of you guys use whatever terminology you choose to use, God, universe, source, whatever you choose to use. But I learned early on that I simply wouldn't feel something so deeply inside of me unless that is what God wanted for me. So that is one of the biggest and most important beliefs I know that I had early on that made it easy, I think, for me to be able to trust. Okay. So all of the other stuff that comes after that would come very easily. You would automatically know that you're chosen, because why wouldn't you be? You are magnificent. You are wonderful. You were created in God's image, right? You are pure love. You're divine. All of the power, all of the love that God is made of is within you. You are made of that. That is what you're made of. Okay. That's what you're made of. So why would it be a question if you're chosen or not? You're beyond being chosen. Of course you're chosen. Your person already chose you before you guys even met each other. Energetically, emotionally, spiritually, you guys were already one before you guys even met. So you're already chosen. Okay. So hold on 1 second. Let me see here. I'm on. Did you get on? Question mark. Okay. So I hope that helped, Sarah. Pure energy. Oh, hold on. Okay. Everything skipped. I'm sorry. Sweet dreams. How to stay on track with manifestation when you're grieving. That can be challenging. I know that if you're grieving, you need to, if you're grieving something, then you want to nurture the little part of you that's in pain. That is your number one priority. If you're grieving, that is your number one priority, to nurture the part of you that's in pain. Give the little part of you the love that it needs. Everything that you want already exists. It's already there. All creation is done. So if you are afraid to take the time that you need to love yourself and nurture yourself, because you think somehow, some way you're going to lose what's already done, think about that for a second. You're not going to lose anything. In fact, if you would take the time to give yourself the love that you need and kind of clear out your emotional filter system, your body, your 3D body, then you'll manifest even more powerful when you get back in the swing of things. Okay. So take the time that you need to grieve. Let's see. I don't know what's going on here. Okay. Sorry. Nicole, it was my mistake. I said, oh, yay, my first live, my first session is next month. So I'm excited about that. Good. I'm excited to work with you. Carissa, hey, you're live. Much love to you. So I appreciate you and all the stuff you have been sharing recently. Thank you. Awesome. I'm assuming you got your latest t-shirts. Tell me how they came out. Let's see. No, I already read that. I'm sorry. I just lost everything. Let me go up. Okay. Threat level Midnight Z. Hi, Kim from Jersey. How do I handle the times when life seems to be falling apart? I get this is normal and okay, but sometimes it can feel like a lot and emotions can get intense. Yes. while you are evolving and awakening, things will continue to appear to fall apart. Allow them to fall apart. Allow the old version of you to kind of go away. Trust that if things are falling apart, that somehow, some way, they had to fall apart, that this exact thing that's happening somehow is contributing to whatever it is that you've been really persisting in. I went through things. Someday I will talk to you guys about more things that I manifested. Sometimes still some things just feel like I don't know how to share certain things without you guys freaking out and getting nervous. I just don't. So I am careful of how I share things and what I share. But I can tell you this. When times in my life, I've been learning the process. I started around 2005 or 2006. So it's been many, many years that I've been honing my skill and really reverse engineering things a lot. And the one thing that I learned was no matter, like actually the things in my life, when things seem to blow up, when I experienced a ton of loss, which don't get me wrong, to this day, I still have trauma in my system from those losses. But because my body, my body is an emotional filter system, and I'm going to feel all of the spectrum of all the emotions. So even though that trauma is still in my body from those things that happened to me, when those things did happen to me, because I did trust throughout the process and I did persist. And I know that before those things happened, before those horrible things happened, where it appeared that I lost everything, I was very specific and very clear about things that I wanted in my reality. So then things had to kind of go away that were in my life, And so as it happened, it was physically, emotionally painful. It was horrific. It was traumatic. But everything was okay, and not even okay. Everything was incredible after that darkness that I talked about yesterday in yesterday's video. Oftentimes, before your biggest achievements, your biggest manifestations come to fruition, you might be tormented. And this can be figuratively, you're just like, freaking out and you're in your wound. You're constantly worried and afraid, or it can actually be something in your 3D. Before the biggest things happened, sometimes it appears that everything is blowing up. You have to persist through those times in complete trust and faith, knowing that what is happening has to happen. And somehow, some way, I know that I trust in my end. So this is a contributing factor to it. That's it. Okay. So I hope that helped with threat level Midnight Z's question. Nicole Abdullah. Hey, Kim. Hey, Pure Energy M. I send my SP a text on New Year's Eve, which was his birthday. He wished me a happy New Year Eve and thanked me for entertaining his life, but that was it. No communication since then. Okay. So that has been like over a month, and I wonder how much since that communication happened, how much did you stay in trust and in faith from the moment before you even reached out to him? How much in your mind did you imagine wonderful communication between the two of you guys, and how he loves to stay connected with you, and you love how he expresses his feelings to you? How many times did you go in your imagination and imagine waking up to seeing him say, "Good morning, baby, I love you," and before going to sleep, him saying good night? And if you want to live with him, actually forget about the text messages, that you guys just wake up, in each other's arms and go to sleep kissing and making love and all that great stuff. How many times from when you actually reached out did you stay persistent in knowing that him hearing from you was like a breath of fresh air, and that it was this catalyst that really made him realize how much you mean to him? Or did you stay dominantly in worrying he's not responding anymore, there's no more communication? And the question really, I'm not really asking you to actually answer the question. I'm saying, what you should have done, and you can start doing it right now as if it just happened yesterday. Just make the decision that you trust in the two of you guys, and that whatever is happening right now is contributing to the relationship, and go in your imagination. And every time you wonder why you haven't heard from him, imagine that he loves checking in with you. He loves staying connected with you. He loves keeping tabs on you. You're the love of his life. You're everything to him. You have to start really thinking that you mean as much to him as he means to you. Okay. And don't say, well, then why isn't he showing me? Because if you are, then you're not understanding the process. Okay. Lisa, Kim, I did something stupid. I asked SP if he wants children with, oh, okay. Okay. Well, I'm sorry, Lisa. So give yourself a break. Forgive yourself. Stop doing things like that and just go back in your end again. Okay. Sarah Smith, like if I can't change the belief that I'm not being breadcrumbed, why not just do not contact and live in my end? Um, like if I can't change the belief that I'm not being breadcrumbed, why not just do no contact and live in my end? You can do that. Go ahead, just live in your end. But the no contact thing sounds like a 3D dating thing instead, because there's really no such thing as a no contact rule when it comes to um deliberately creating and manifesting. Like you can contact, you don't have to, but don't block people, because it's just when you block people, I know that you're not saying that, but I'm saying this for other people. When you block your person, think about the energy. Remember this: inspired action to do anything. Inspired action is basically when you are urged to do something. But inspired action, you always want to pay attention to, if you're urged to do something, what version of you are you living from and being for you to have the urge to do this or that? There's nothing wrong with staying, like if it triggers you less with no contact to stay in your end, then do that. Absolutely. But I just want to challenge the whole idea of being breadcrumbed. There were plenty of times where when me and Hannah were getting through our stuff, if I just looked at everything on the 3D surface, I could have also perceived things as being breadcrumbed. I was never being breadcrumbed. But if I believed I was being breadcrumbed, then I would be living from and thinking from and breathing from being the version of me that's identifying with somebody who's being breadcrumbed. And then, yes, that would end up being what I end up experiencing, because that's who I would be being. Okay. When you are reactive to something, no matter what it is, whether it's good or bad, your reaction to something is just showing you something that's active within you, the belief that's active within you. If you were to change that belief by going straight in at that belief and changing it through repetition, then eventually you wouldn't feel breadcrumbed anymore, because that would no longer even be active within you. It literally wouldn't make sense. The idea of being breadcrumbed by the person that you love just wouldn't make sense. It wouldn't phase you. It would be like, that is the silliest idea. Butterfly Empress 777. How do I get out of ruminating thoughts of hurt from SP? It can be challenging. What I would do is I would continually affirm against it over and over and over again. And if it's hurting too much, go general. Sometimes you may have to stop for a little while, but I would remain on a mental diet and not give in to your fear, butterfly. So, he loves me, he adores me, he cherishes me. I'm everything he's ever wanted and adored. I'm the love of his life. And then imagine him right there holding you. Imagine him pulling your body into him, just saying, you're everything to me. I love you so much. And try to do that. And if it doesn't help, if you're still hurting, if you're still agitated, then there's an active trigger there. So detach the active trigger from your person and tell the little part of you how loved you are. Tell the little part of you that just show up for the little part of you, and tell the little part of you all the things that you wish that he would say. And then really mirror the trigger by figuring out who's on the other end of this truly. Like, take him out of the equation. Where in your life before were you made to feel whatever it is that you're feeling, and let that person apologize to you. Let that person beg you for forgiveness, telling you that you deserved more than that. Okay. You can repeat this process with everyone that ever hurt you. It does not have to take long. You don't have to be on a lifelong healing journey. Also, you do not have to be fully healed to be in the relationship with your person. Okay. You don't have to be fully healed. You can, like, you can make the decision, okay, I've healed enough and I'm ready and they're ready. Okay, Taurus moon. Hi, so let's say we've been in undesirable wavering states for years, but now we're consistent and committed to being new self. Perfect. Will years of circumstances? No, no. You shifting can happen instantly. Often what happens is, hold on one second. Oh boy, what is going on? This doesn't make sense. Okay, hold on. Log into the hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. Give me a second. I'm sorry. This will take a second. Okay. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Ah, guys, I'm so sorry. I'm having a little. Okay. Let's see. I got to go back up. All right. Sorry, guys. Oh, good. So, Carissa, I love the shirts. They are amazing. Good. Whitney, I see a lot of videos on if SP did wrong to us, but opposite. What? We both did wrong. Old stories deserve forgiveness from both sides. In our news story, if no contact after 6 months, pray for forgiveness. Will you would want to do the forgiving and see that you're forgiven. So if you want, you can schedule a 30-minute session with me, and I can go through kind of a meditation that we can do together for forgiveness. I can do a whole Ponopono session with you. That goes for any of you guys if you want to do that. It's quick, it's nice, it's cathartic, it feels good. The session can literally just be that we go through some forgiveness, and it's kind of like a meditation, a guided meditation that I work with you on. Okay. So guys, give me 1 second. Okay. Can I mute this? I don't know if I can mute this. Hold on 1 second. All right, guys. Let me see if I can go over to the other window. All right. So let's see. Mosh, I can handle it. Good. Belicta wrote, hi. All right. Inner light, peace, love, and light. Maintain the end vision, y'all. That's right. Threat level midnight. Thank you so much. Yes, it did. Such hope. Good. Despicable E. Hi, Kim. Finally caught alive. Elena. Awesome, Elena. I'm glad you did. Zaid A. I hate being the one to always reach out, and it makes me feel insecure about texting. I'm thinking I'm being too desperate. Well, kind of, it depends on how you see yourself. If you see yourself, a lot of it, you guys have to start to understand that how you're believing yourself to be and how you believe you're being perceived is going to be what you're going to experience. Okay. So if you see yourself as being somebody who's chasing rather than just being confident and texting or calling the person that you love and knowing that they love hearing from you, then I'm sorry, that is going to be the case. But literally, there is no actual rule that says you can't reach out to your person. But the thing is that the reason why a lot of times it's good that you don't is simply because when you do, if you feel like you're not being valued or appreciated, you still have still have to do the inner work to appreciate yourself, value yourself, see that you're worthy, see that you're deserving. Being somebody who's confident and in love, just because you reach out, you know how many times I've reached out to Hannah, not being in this mindset that I'm going to not being in this mindset that somehow I'm chasing. I don't know. I just don't think of things that way. I just don't. Okay. So let me see. Let me go back up here. I wanted to tell a couple stories. I'm going to tell a couple stories here. So I'm going to read a couple other things and I'm going to tell a couple stories. So Zaid, I hope that helped. All right, babe. Okay. I love you, sweetie. Hannah's working today and I was just responding to something with him. All right. Okay. Yes. Thank you, sweetie. I know you're there. Okay. So, Lois, my soulmate is still quiet and we are in no contact. My twin flame is showing up in the exact way I want my SP. I remember that you sent me that. So thank you. Thank you, sweetie. I love you. So Lois, maybe further down, you asked the question. I am Kim. What about manifesting SP after a long time apart? If you're still in pain, then that means that you haven't actually taken full responsibility for things and you haven't actually forgiven your person. So you want to go through that process. It doesn't have to take a long time. If you want me to go through that with you, I can do kind of a live not a live meditation, a guided meditation for forgiveness. You can book a session, 30-minute session on my website for that. And then go to coreunion.com, book that. And then in your email to me, tell me I am through the live and just let me know and then I will set you up and we'll do a guided meditation so you can forgive yourself in an empowering way and forgive your person in an empowering way. It definitely cleans up the connection. And yeah, it's very helpful. Hannah just sent me a pretty picture. Very pretty. Well, I know you're watching that, so that's beautiful, babe. Okay, so Nicole, Abdullah, Kim, also, when I do my techniques, I search for evidence that it worked. Stop. You have to stop. You're asking, how do I stop? You stop. If I said to you, like, let's say that your favorite food was chocolate, but for whatever reason, eating chocolate isn't good for you. And you were having a craving for chocolate. And I said, well, okay, do you want to eat the chocolate? Because if you eat the chocolate, these things are going to happen. And you're like, I know, but I'm craving the chocolate. And you go to reach to eat the chocolate, you put it up to your mouth. I'm like, but what are you doing? You can't eat the chocolate. But you're like, but how do I stop? And I'm just like, put it down. Don't eat it. Put it down. Go replace it with an apple or something. I don't know. Bad example, but Nicole, that's what you have to do. So, I don't know what your techniques are. For me, when I did my techniques, I never worried about such things because I trusted in my end. So I think this keeps coming down to the same thing, you guys, over and over and over and over again. It's really realizing that you guys, okay, stop manifesting from being single. That's one. Stop manifesting from being single. You have to start manifesting from being the person that's in the relationship. Okay. Stop manifesting also from your ego. Start manifesting from, I don't know if I'm doing all my, start manifesting from knowing what manifestation is and having faith. Manifestation, like deliberate manifestation, is faith-based. It's having unwavering faith. It's trusting and knowing that the process is always working. It's not doing your inner work and techniques and then looking for the evidence. If you would drop that habit, then my guess is you would actually stop having the urge so much. Does that make sense? It's like quitting anything. It's a habit. You have to realize when I'm urged to check to see, okay, guys, when I'm urged to check to see if my inner work is working, that is inspired action. When I have inspired action and I want to do something, it's coming from a belief in me that I am whatever that is reflective of. So if I have the urge to check and see if my inner work is working, that is actually inspired action coming from me that doesn't know it is working. So tell yourself, I trust and I know that this is working. I understand the process. I woke up and I suddenly understood how to manifest. I know that I'm the operant power of my reality. I'm the creator of my reality, and I see proof of it every day. Every day and in every way, I see more and more evidence of how powerful of a creator I am. Try to replace those urges with, through repetition of affirmations that I understand how to manifest. I trust in the process. I understand how to manifest. I trust in the process. I understand how to manifest. I trust in the process. I understand how to manifest. I trust in the process. Do you guys realize that if you could plug yourselves into my, if you could plug yourself into my brain and hear my thoughts, you would hear me tell myself, I mean, the same things, who knows how many thousands of times, probably a day, because I created like that auto voice, auto suggestion, just like Napoleon Hill talks about in Think and Grow Rich. I changed the inner critic voice to be a voice that is always basically pumping me up, that I'm always reminding myself constantly on autopilot now, trusting in the process, trusting in God completely, knowing that God, I am part of God, all of that love, all of that divine intelligence, all of that perfection, like it's beyond our human comprehension. We can't even fathom the power of God. We can't even begin. It would be arrogant of us to even try to. But all of that is what we are made of. But we're just a tiny little drop of this never-ending ocean. Okay? All of that power, though, is in that little drop. What is the saying? You are not just the drop in the ocean, you are the mighty ocean in the drop. Okay? That's the truth. We're here and we've forgotten who we are, and it's intentional that way. So we can go through the experience of life, so we can experience the contrast and make new decisions. This is the mechanism. This is how it's set up. It is what it is. So you may as well start to learn and awaken to it and enjoy it, and then allow everything and accept yourself as being who you feel you are in your heart and soul. So the whole point of the session today was to remind you guys that it's good if you start to make manifesting less of a, let me just try this and see if it works, but then I'm going to do some affirmations in the morning, and then I'm just going to live my life, and I'm going to ruminate on the old story. I'm going to talk about the old story. I'm going to worry about the old story. I'm going to check to see if it's working. Make it a lifestyle, which means that you have blinders on. You're going to stay completely focused, in trust, 100% on whatever it is that you're manifesting, okay? And that you're going to stay living from there as much as you can throughout the day, but be okay if you have moments that you're spiraling down. Don't beat yourself up, love yourself through it, and then get back in your end as soon as you can. So what I suggest is, when I started learning how to do this, I approached it with complete trust. I was like, you know what? I'm going to surrender to this process, and I'm not going to question how it works. Why? Because you know what? I can't think like God thinks. I can't. So why should I try to question how it works? Why don't I just go full in, 100%, and go into trust and surrender to it and allow it to carry me through? Just allow God to carry me through. And I used to think, which is so funny because Hannah says this, and I used to say this early on, I'm just a tool. I'm just a channel. I'm just a conduit of God's. So I'm letting God work through me. Again, I'm not separate from God, but when I feel lost and alone, I'm in my ego and my fear, I'll feel separate, but I'm not. I was created to create my reality. It's that simple. And so, yeah, I'm a tool so God can create through me. And I have a choice. I'm either going to trust what he's planted in my heart or I'm not. I'm either going to be in trust or fear. So, okay, let's see. I want to talk about some things that I manifested. I'm going to tell some stories. I'm going to tell a few stories because this is what I was inspired to do. I've told some videos. I've shared some videos in the past telling these stories. I'm not going to give a lot of detail, but I just want to talk about some things that I had manifested years and years back because these are wonderful. These were like my spiritual proof as I was learning, and I highly suggest that you do too. I never put myself under the pressure, by the way, of like doing something and waiting to see if it happens. What I did was I went in and I trusted if this is in my heart, then it's going to happen. And if it didn't happen, it didn't matter. I trusted it was going to happen. And if something blew up in my reality, it didn't matter because I still trusted it's going to happen. That's kind of how I did things. And I was as light and I had as much fun as I could with it, like a child. I still do that, even to this day. When I'm having a hard time, I try to remind myself, let's not take this too seriously. Let's not take this thing called life too seriously. Okay. Let's be light about this. Let's go into our fun. Let's go into our passion. Let's go into our childlike faith and let's surrender into that. Okay. And I'm not saying that our pains and our traumas aren't really real because yes, they hurt and we carry that in our bodies, but this is not going to be a video on healing. I've talked about that in the past. Let me get back on topic. I want to talk about some things that I had manifested just because they were good examples of how movement was happening, even though I didn't see it. Okay, I'm going to go back. Hannah inspired this story this morning because I wanted to surprise Hannah with something. And he wanted it doesn't matter because he knows the surprise. So he wanted a game chair. So when I want to get something, I have to always get the best of the best because so I have to start researching, and I love the researching process of it. And I love whatever. So I was researching, and anyway, I ended up ordering this particular game chair that was really awesome. And he simultaneously, without me knowing, earlier today, I think, and yesterday, he was thinking about wireless speakers. So this is kind of a manifestation from different perspectives, but I ended up purchasing this game chair that has wireless speakers, partly because of the wireless speakers. So when I told him, he kept, whatever, I told him this is the one I got. He was like, oh my God, I was just literally thinking about wireless speakers. So the reason why I wanted to bring that up, though, was because he inspired that I wanted to talk about this. I remember years ago when I hadn't been making any money yet, and I had already started the interior design showroom business that I wanted to use an experiment to prove that manifestation was real so I could teach it someday. So I was in probably the third showroom, the third version of the experience. And I wanted better music because I was playing music for years on this little cheap radio. Anyway, I went over to a neighboring business. I loved the sound in her store. And I asked her, how are you getting the music to play so loud? And she said, it's wireless speakers, like not a big deal. So I was like, oh, wow, I never thought about that. So at the time, again, I was perceiving at the time that I wasn't making the money. I ended up making, by the way, over $100,000 a month a couple of years after this. But anyway, I ended up going back. I knew how to manifest at this point. I just didn't realize the true power of it. So I walked into my showroom and I just closed my eyes for a second and I imagined, I looked at how much I loved the architecture. I appreciated the smell of the showroom. I loved how the floors looked. I loved the high ceilings, the crown molding. It was beautiful. It was so beautiful. And I was just taking it all in and I felt this feeling of, I love this. I love this space. Close my eyes. What would it feel like to feel the fullness of that music as if I had wireless speakers in here? And again, I was perceiving that I didn't have the money and I couldn't afford it at the time. So then I knew this was the process. And I went and I researched a little bit. And then I probably thought a little bit more after that. A little time goes by. Let's just say for the sake of the story, it was a couple of weeks. I really don't remember how much time passed by. Um, Weekend, a lot of people are in the showroom and this guy comes in and he was not, I know a lot of you guys, the first thought is going to be, oh, he was attracted to you. I'm just going to say it off the bat. He was not attracted to me. He was not into women. Okay. He came in and he used to come to the little parties that I would have at the store. I used to have all of these awesome parties. We would listen to music on the little cheap radio and people would be eating and drinking and stuff. It was a way to gather people in the community and to just, obviously to help with business too. So he was a friend of a friend. He comes in, he puts a bag down, a big bag down on the counter. He's like, I was like, what's that? And he said, open it. So I opened the bag and there's a brand new Sonos wireless sound system. And I was like, oh, I'm like, what's that for? And he's like, that's for you. And he said, I'm tired of listening to music while you have 100 people in here in the showroom. I'm tired of listening to music on this crummy little radio you have. So that's for you. So I was floored by it. I was super grateful. I was like, wow, this is amazing. And in my mind, I'm just like so incredibly grateful to God. Thank you so much. And I'm like, wow, this is really powerful. I love this. I love how life works. I love how we create. And he ended up telling me the story that what ended up happening. So when I was over the other businesses in the other business, and when she told me these were wireless speakers, when I was excited about that, and I had that thing in my heart, and I went back in the showroom and I imagined it in that moment, I was living from the end of it. In that moment, without me realizing it, his job, which was Brookstone, gave him the Sonos wireless sound system for free, just gave it to him. He had no use for it because he already had one at home. So when they gave it to him, he made the decision, I want to give this to Kim. So there was plenty of movement happening. If when she told me wireless sound system, and then I said, oh, this is going to be hard. This is going to be hard. But I heard about this manifesting thing, so I'm going to visualize it. But how is this going to happen? How is this going to happen? Is somebody I know going to be given a wireless sound system from their job that they don't actually need? And then they're going to make the decision to give it to me. And if it is, who's that going to be? I didn't do any of that. And I also didn't question anything. I just allowed it to happen. And then it happened. Funny, a few years later, I opened a second showroom and I wanted another sound system. And without even telling him, he ended up giving me a second sound system for free. So I ended up manifesting. And obviously that was because I had the previous experience. And so just by wanting the sound system that was already in kind of active within me. And also, the more you understand how to manifest, then sometimes the easier certain things will just be, and they'll just come into being. Like I literally just manifested. I was just telling Hannah this morning, I literally just manifested. I use Prose hair care products, and this is not a commercial for Prose, but I love it because it's kind of custom. It sounds like it's a commercial. It's like custom hair care products for curly hair. And it's like you tell them all these things about you, and then they make the shampoo and the conditioner specific for you. So it will help your hair be healthy. Anyway, I love Prose. It does sound like a commercial. It's not. It should be though. I should ask them to sponsor me. I'm just kidding. But anyway, I'm not. I should ask them. I am really digressing. The reason I wanted to bring this up is I literally just manifested $100 worth of Prose for free. Thank you, Prose. Thank you, universe. Thank you, God. But it's just because the more you start to really know how to manifest, then you will manifest more powerfully and more often, and it'll be easier. Even though some situations might still seem difficult and hard if you have some fears in you. Okay. The other thing I wanted to tell you about was like with my Range Rover Evoque. I was in now probably, I don't know, the fifth or sixth version of my showroom. And I wanted to have a commercial on TV for my interior design showroom. And I don't know, it was very expensive. And I didn't also, at the same time, even though I could spend the money on it, because at that time I was making over $100,000 per month, I didn't want to. But I had a desire to want to have a commercial. I also, for whatever reason, I had manifested a Mercedes. And I also, for whatever reason, I loved my Mercedes. I didn't need another car. But one morning, I started obsessing about the Range Rover Evoque. Like I couldn't get it out of my head. I loved it. Instead of worrying about it and wondering what should I do, all I did was enjoy looking at it online and really enjoying the feeling of it and like building it online and looking at the colors and looking at the wheels and picking out all the things. And every morning I was just doing that. And then one day, so let's just say it was a couple weeks later. At the time, I always leased my cars. I enjoyed leasing my cars because I really loved leasing whatever car I wanted and then turning it in after a couple of years. I liked just paying one payment and just having to put gas in. They would handle all the maintenance and stuff. So it was just easy. And then every couple of years, I would just get a brand new car. I didn't, at the time, that's how I naturally manifested. That was my natural way of wanting a car. So we always manifest whatever's most natural to us. So a couple weeks goes by and a talent scout or a location scout, we should say, out of nowhere reaches out to me. He was working for Vistaprint. Vistaprint, I think, is global. So many of you guys probably have heard about it. You can get business cards. Wow, it keeps sounding like I'm pitching all these businesses today. Anyway, you can get business cards made. You can get t-shirts made, all sorts of anything with your logo on it. And they're really affordable. I'm trying not to sound like a commercial. And so he comes in, or he reached out to me. I don't remember if he came in or not. And he asked me, what would I have to pay you in order for for Vistaprint to come in? We're going to come in with a full-on professional production. And out of this deal, we'll both pay you for the use of your showroom for the day. And so just for a few hours. And you can actually then have the finished product, which will be an actual commercial for your showroom and for your business. The only difference is I wouldn't be in the commercial. There would be actors and actresses in the showroom pretending like they were customers and employees and things like that. So I think whatever we ended up deciding, he was going to give me $4,500 cash for it. So when I got that, I ended up taking the $4,500. I turned in my Mercedes and I ended up leasing the Range Rover Evoque that I wanted. I just literally decided, okay, I'm just going to go. I went to the Land Rover dealer. I drove off the lot that day in my Range Rover Evoque. And I was like, wow, that was really easy. And when you now step back from it, when I was looking online at the Range Rover Evoque and imagining having it and loving the feeling of it and accepting it without putting up any reasons why I can't have it or I shouldn't have it, in conjunction with that, wanting to have a commercial for the business, while I was doing that, there had to have been communication of people I weren't even aware of having meetings, people that were working for Vistaprint, that were planning this commercial for Vistaprint, were sending out their employee to go and find the perfect location for us, right? And so he probably saw other buildings that he liked too, but for whatever reason, he really loved my showroom. He loved everything about it. I used to affirm that when people walked into my showroom, it felt like they were being transported somewhere. It's like they couldn't quite put their finger on it, but they felt like they were somewhere else. There was something absolutely irresistible about me and the showroom. Okay. And so he caught on to that. He caught that. He felt that. And then he went back to Vistaprint. They probably had a meeting and boom. So while I was desiring to have the commercial and then also desiring to have the Range Rover Evoque, there was all this movement happening without me knowing about it. I wasn't worried about it, but all this thing was happening and then it just worked through me. And then it ended up happening. So then years later, I was talking to a client and things were kind of rough with things that were happening with the business, with the pandemic, which I hate to talk about. But anyway, so there was a client that came in and we were laughing because she had the exact same car that I had. She pulled up next to me. She was picking up something that I had found for her that she loved. She was an amazing client. So anyway, we were laughing and she said, "How do you like yours?" I was like, "Oh my God, I love it." And I said, do you own yours or did you lease it? She said, "I own it." I said, "Oh, I'm thinking I might want to buy mine eventually." And she said, "You should just do it." I'm like, "Yeah, I should just do it." And yeah, things were kind of, at that time I was in a lot of fear because of what was happening, the things that were happening in the world and stuff like that. But anyway, I said to myself that day when I was driving out anyway, I was like, something in my heart said, in 6 months, this will be mine. I'll own it. And so, yeah, a bunch of stuff happened. Not all wonderful things happened, but 6 months later, I ended up owning it. Okay. So in other words, yeah, let's see. Hold on. Okay. Okay. Hannah, I think Hannah wants to call and say hi. Okay, hold on. All right. Hannah's gonna call in and just wants to say hi to everybody. All right, sweetie. There we go. Hold on, baby. Hi. Hey, babe. Hello.
Hi,
Hey, how are you?
I'm good.
You're on. Everybody can hear you. Guys, guys, give a heart if you can hear Hannah right now. I think they can hear you, sweetie. What did you want to say?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that it was difficult to log in for some reason.
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I don't know if everybody else can. Um, Go ahead.
Okay, there's a delay in the recording because I have it on live, but I just wanted to say to everybody, thanks for all of your support with Kim and just think positive, stay on track. I'm on the same track too. She's also guiding me, but again, thanks for all of your support.
Oh, that's so sweet. That was so sweet, baby. I love you.
All right.
I love you, baby.
Okay. Talk later.
All right, baby. I'll call you in a little bit.
Okay.
I love you.
Bye.
All right, bye. He's the sweetest thing in the world. Okay, so guys, that's my sweetie. You can see why I love him so much. Um, we're both so grateful for you guys and supporting us in our love, and we appreciate you very much. And that's it. It touches me. I love that he just did that. And I love that he was able to talk to you guys. And I know that he's still watching. So I love you, baby. Thank you for that. That was very, very sweet of you. You just got a whole bunch of loves. And I think what I'm going to do now is, so let's see. So that was wonderful. I want to see if there's anything else I want to tell you the story of. I think there's one more story that I want to tell you. So again, guys, I'm going to get to some more questions, but remember that manifesting is natural and normal. So you're going to experience the things that is normal and natural for you. So what you do is you change what is normal and natural for you through repetition, through telling yourself a new story, through falling asleep in the wish fulfilled, waking up in the wish fulfilled. Don't beat yourself up if you're in fear, worry, or doubt. Just get yourself back into the end when you can. Okay. So I'm going to tell another story, and this is a good example of inspired action as well. So even though, yes, I've manifested a ton of money in my reality, I manifested, obviously my biggest manifestation is my baby, Hannah, and our relationship. I've manifested buying and selling homes that I want. I've manifested wonderful things with my mom. I've manifested little things, big things. Okay. But sometimes the little things are really all the proof that you need. Remember, I was in Montreal years ago and my feet were killing me and I was walking around because I was afraid to take public transportation because I couldn't speak French and I was really afraid I was going to get lost because I couldn't communicate. So I was just walking around day after day, enjoying taking it all in. But I was very careful of where I was going because, again, I didn't want to get lost. But my feet were absolutely killing me. And I had plantar fasciitis at the time. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but if I didn't, it doesn't matter. And I was told that if you have inflammation of your feet, you can roll your feet on a frozen water bottle. So I was staying at a bed and breakfast that they clearly said nobody's allowed to use their refrigerator or freezer. So I'm in tears practically walking around. And again, I was being super cautious of where I was walking because I didn't want to get lost. I'm going along the path going back to my bed and breakfast, and my feet, I'm in tears. And I thought for a second, I remembered, oh, if I literally could just have a frozen water bottle, that would help. And I imagined myself in the room rolling my feet and feeling relief. But then again, I had that, I remembered, nope, I can't do that. I can't know. There was a circumstance. I couldn't just go buy a water bottle and freeze it in my room because the guests could not use the refrigerator or freezer. So I was like, well, I'm never going to be able to find a frozen water bottle. There's a circumstance. Okay. I didn't allow that to sway me. And I just kept thinking about it for a minute. I just enjoyed it. And then all of a sudden, I had the inspired action to take a right, to walk towards the right, completely veering off of my path, which is something I normally wouldn't do because I knew the direction I needed to go and I didn't want to get lost. But I kept walking towards the right. And then I had an urge to walk to the left and then another right. And I just listened. So this was inspired. It's like I was just urged to do it and I listened to it. I didn't worry about it. A corner convenience store, like slash cafe. It's like as if it's like it was pulling me into it. Same way, like when I met Hannah, that feeling, like it was just magnetic, pulled me into it. Same way when I saw the homes that I wanted or whatever. It's like I was just being pulled to it. Again, your desire always desires you. You're always going to be pulled. Okay. So I walk in and now I'm just thirsty. I'm thirsty. I'm not thinking I can get a water bottle to freeze it. That I've let go of that idea, but I just imagined how nice it would be if I had it. And then I go walking and in there and I say, where's the water? And she points over to the refrigerator. I pull out a water bottle and I put it on the counter. It was frozen solid. And so I was kind of thick in the head, my mother used to say, like a little stubborn and kind of little like not quite getting it. And I went to go put it back. And then I literally was like, oh, wow, thank you. Like this was my frozen water bottle. So I grabbed one that I could drink from and I bought both. And then I walked my way back to the bed and breakfast. And just like I envisioned for those few moments while I was walking, I rolled my feet on the frozen water bottle and it felt so good. So what are the chances of me walking in a strange city and going to the exact store that they would happen to have one frozen water bottle in their refrigerator? What are the chances of that? Okay, that's perfect. That's a perfect example. That is perfect spiritual proof. So I highly recommend that you make this a lifestyle. Stop checking to see if what you're doing is working. Know that what you're doing is working. And be more focused on understanding what the process actually is. That it is simply you accepting being the version of you. And when you accept yourself as being that version of you, no matter what happens in your 3D, it's happening for you. Okay. Even if it appears to be going against you. I think that was the only thing. So one of the tips that I can say for your spiritual proof, you can either do what a lot of coaches suggest and write down on a list of paper the things that you want to manifest, or you can simply connect the dots when you are manifesting the things, when you're actually experiencing the things that you were previously thinking about, and just connect the dots. Oh, wow, my thoughts become things. Okay. That is kind of more how I did it. And it was very empowering. And this is coming from somebody who, I completely made this as a lifestyle. So let me go down now and see what other questions I may have. And then I'm going to sign off because I'm really hungry. Let me go up, see who I can pick here. Erin Cat, sometimes with SATs, I'll loop the visualization, then drift off getting more tired and distracted and have to bring myself back. It's like lose it. Is this okay? Any thoughts? My thoughts for that for you would be record yourself saying your affirmations in a nice, slow way, and maybe add a nice, soft, like a little soft meditation music behind it, so you can listen to your looping affirmations instead. Sometimes people ask about subliminals. I personally don't trust subliminals because I don't know what the person is actually saying, but I trust myself to create like my own guided meditations and stuff. So if you trust somebody, you can have them make it for you, or you can make it yourself. So if you're having a hard time, if you can repeat your affirmations over and over and over again, I am, and fall asleep feeling that you are, knowing while I'm doing this, it's working. Fall asleep in that, then that's good. If you're getting distracted, like I know, like I can totally veer off. It really depends. Did I sleep the previous night? Did I eat or drink something that's making my brain like whatever? So if I veer off, I have to listen to something. I literally have to listen to it. But by the way, I've manifested plenty of things, not literally. Guys, remember, you're manifesting everything. And the only reason why you're having to do, like, the only reason why you are looping affirmations and doing whatever techniques is to just change your belief system, right? Manifestation is natural and it's always happening. It's just that now you're learning to be more deliberate about it. Okay, so I hope that helped, Erin. And let's see. Sorry, I'm just reading through here. Sarah. Okay, Sarah's answering, I am. Okay, never mind. Miss G. Hey, girl. Hey, hope you're doing well. I hope that the session was good for you. Oh, I see that you said I love her. Thank you. Thank you. Love you too. Miss G is my awesome client. Okay, sorry. Oh, I think I have to get you a couple. By the way, I haven't, I know I owe some of you guys some session dates, but bear with me. I love you too, sweetie. I love you too, sweetie. I just got your text. So I love my baby so much. I'm so lucky. I'm so lucky. Ah, sorry. Okay. So you're welcome. Thank you. Hit the like button, everyone. Oh, Kava. Thank you, Kava. Kava said, everybody hit the like button. Thank you, Kava. I appreciate that. Everybody hit the like button. Like and share the video too. Like and share the channel. It helps. I love that. Hi, Kim. Love your videos. Thank you so much for for existing. Thank you. Thank you for existing. Ashley wrote, what's up? What's up, Ashley? Miss G, thank you again. Hi, hi. Thank you for the rose. Thank you, Miss G. Thank you. Drakara Show. Hi, Kim. Do you have any tips on dealing with an immense fear of just wasting away, as you cannot fathom not being with your person? Ooh, and you're afraid of not getting what you want. Drakaris, first, hug. Okay. Giving you a lot of love right now. Okay. No. Okay. This goes for anybody. If you are feeling like you are going to waste away because you cannot fathom, okay, no. You're putting yourself way, 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 way down, and you're putting all of the stuff with your person on a giant pedestal. This is a strong, strong, strong indication that you really need to be focusing a lot on loving yourself, on valuing yourself, respecting yourself, appreciating your life, seeing how wonderful your life is, okay? That you have to trust that your person loves you. Your person loved you before you even met. Okay, you guys loved each other. So so take that, wrap it up, put a bow on it, put it over here nice and safe. But do some work on focusing on yourself and learning and understanding what manifestation is. Any of you guys out there, I understand, don't get me wrong. I am incredibly romantic. Me and Hannah are like so deep with each other. We're so romantic. We are so passionate. We're so highly sensitive. Okay. And yes, when we've been through stuff, have I gone through dark? Yes, absolutely. I'm not going to talk about, I'm not going to talk about his experience because that's his private business. But from my perspective that I can share, I've gone through such dark, but I always know this darkness has nothing to do with Hannah's feelings for me, Hannah's love for me. We already chose each other. I'm already everything that he's ever wanted because I was created to love him. He was created to love me. Okay. Boom. Let me put that over here. And now I need to give myself, I need to show up for that little part of me who really, really needs love. It needs to know that she's valuable, that she's worthy, that she is loved, that she's safe, that she's secure. And then if I have some sort of a feeling of, oh, this reminds me of when I felt abandoned with this or that, or rejected when this or that happened, or with this ex or that ex or whatever, I may need to bring an ex into my mind and let that person really beg me for forgiveness. And I don't mean that in a way by putting the people who hurt us down. Let them come in. Like when people, if I'm really sorry about something, I could say I'm sorry, and I can, let people really see the person really feeling what I did to you was wrong, and I'm sorry, and I love you, and you deserved so much more than that. You deserved more. This was never your fault. This was always me. Okay. So Jakaris, go through that process with the people who caused harm in your reality. Don't ask questions like that. Hold on. Let me do something here. Have to have some respect. All right, let me get out of this for a second. I want you to think about that for a second. And don't ask that again. Have some respect. Okay? Just don't do that again. I know that you didn't mean that, but seriously. Okay. So you guys, I really want you to just be really smart and think about that, and just think about it. Think about it and don't ask a question again like that. You're really pushing against a wall there. Okay. The red cat. Yes, I want to know it too. I know that you wouldn't intend that, but I know it was harmless, but just think before you ask questions like that. Kawhi, Newt, self-love is important in manifesting. One might say that it's the building block for manifesting. Mosh, any advice on how to fully embody being committed to and being in a relationship? Any advice on how to fully embody being committed to and being in a relationship? Yeah. If I were you, I would just kind of go in your imagination, and if you've never been in the kind of relationship that you want, you can use other relationships in your reality, even movie characters, even from movies. You can kind of get an idea of a healthy and secure, happy relationship in your mind, and then kind of get the feeling of how good that feels. And if there's a little part of you that says, yeah, but that's not realistic, okay, then you have a belief around relationships. So then you want to challenge that belief around relationships. Relationships are loving, relationships are nourishing, relationships are fun, relationships are passionate, whatever kind of relationship you want. You may want a different relationship than I want. And then that's okay, Red Cat. That's okay. And then it's the same feeling that you had when you imagined it. Imagine now that you're in it. Okay. Imagine that you're in it. And then just kind of try to start with that. If you have any kinds of thoughts that come up around, again, sometimes some of my clients may have a fear around men. Like, let's say that you're somebody who you want to be in a relationship with a man, but you believe that men are unsafe. You believe that men are going to be untrue, that you're going to get hurt, that you've seen unreliable men growing up. Maybe your father was unreliable, or maybe an ex or whatever. Then you want to challenge that fear that you have about men. There are plenty of wonderful men. There are plenty of protective, loving, and secure men in their divine masculine energy. Okay. So you want to see that relationships are safe, relationships are nourishing and happy and secure and fun, and men are safe, men are secure, men are protective, men are loving, men are kind, men are nurturing, men are reliable, men are dependable. Okay. And then after that, because you may have a deeper belief around relationships and men that go beyond your person. And then let's say that you actually believe relationships are safe and you think there are a lot of good men. So you think men are very reliable, but maybe you're just experiencing this just with your person. Then you may have a very specific fear around your person. Okay. I personally do think it's a good idea for you guys to kind of just, it doesn't hurt to just kind of address everything from all different angles. Let it all be part of your concept of how you conceptualize yourself with different kinds of people in your reality and yourself in these kinds of relationships. That is what makes up your self-concept. Your beliefs that you have internally activated within you right now in your subconscious that might be reflected back to you through, say, your job, through your boss, through this person, this relationship. If it's bothering you, it just means it's active within you. That's all. And part of being bothered is actually really good, because if you're bothered, it means that you know that you fucking deserve more. And I'm so sorry that slipped out like that, but it's true. I'm sorry for that, guys. If you are bothered by something that's happening in reality, it's because deep down, it's like the God is like, what? You deserve so much more than that. So your higher self is saying, heck no, 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 no. You deserve better than that. So you just realize, okay, this is happening because I have a belief that this is how it is. So all I need to do is change that belief. And this part of me that's pissed is active. So I need to change that little part of me. Okay. So sorry, I swore. I have 102 people on now and I'm about to sign off any minute now. So Red Cat, yes, manifesting success and financial freedom would be awesome. Okay, awesome. Then do it. Erin Cat wrote, I love it when you cuss, Kim. Thank you. I know some people do love it, but you know, my mom and Hannah both have said something very clear to me that I agree with, that yeah, I don't want to be, if it slips out now and then, yes, I'm human. And yes, when I'm in one-on-one sessions with my clients, of course, but you know, I see myself as being one of the greats. My claim to fame isn't, like, Hannah has said before, like, baby, you're a lady. And he loves that I don't need to be, having like my deep cleavage to get views. Like this is about the teachings, and it's about being solid and being noble and secure. And I don't want to be somebody who's known for a lot of swearing. I just don't. That's just it. So anyway, but I appreciate that. So, it was so funny. One of my clients, I wish he was on right now because I love him. He said to me one time, I don't remember if it was a video that he was watching or during our session, but I swore. And he said he was so relieved. He said, I was so relieved. He said, because I thought that it was like, if I swear, because I guess he was worked up about something. He said, if I tell this whole story and I swear, this is going to be upsetting to Kim. It's going to upset her. And we were laughing because, like, no, of course it doesn't upset me. I swear a lot in real life. Sometimes I have a really dirty mouth, but I just don't want that to be my claim to fame. I don't feel like I need to have shock value to get you guys to listen to me. Okay. Like, I know that the teachings are what's more important. So, okay. Maria. Hey, Maria. Most days I now feel in love with life. Awesome. Amazing. Did you get my email, by the way? I replied to you. The Red Cat. Yes, but talk about it. Talk about what? Talk about success and more money. All you have to do is decide how much money What do you feel like you want in your heart, Red Cat? How much money do you want to make? So let's say that you want to make, I don't know. I don't know how much you want to make. Let's just pretend you want to make $150,000 a year. Let's make it easy. Let's make it easy. Let's say that you want to make $10,000 per month. Okay. Cat, deep cleavage. LOL. Well, you guys know some teachers like, and that's fine. Like, show off all what God gave you. That's up to you. But like, yeah, whatever. Man, LOL. I'm so okay. Anyway, I'm getting off track a lot because I need to eat. Back to Red Cat and the $10,000 a month. Oh my God, I love that I make $10,000 a month. Making $10,000 a month is so incredibly easy. I love my lavish, consistent, steady income of over $10,000 a month. I love feeling so free. I love feeling so secure. I love that money is so easy now. I love that I can literally go and buy anything that I want. I love that I'm safe, I'm secure. By the way, I'm answering you about the money, and I know there's a delay. I want to talk about manifesting money for a second. I may have to do Mosh, you can make $10,000 a month. There are plenty of people who make $10,000 a month or more. Mosh, right? Take the limits off you, right? Okay. Anyway, hey, I went from making very little money to over $100,000 a month, right? Right? Why? Because I trusted in the process. Okay. And I made decisions and I knew it was done. Remember, all creation is done, guys. That's one of the biggest, most important things you can keep remembering. I want to talk about manifesting money and appreciating money for a second. Let's pretend that money was a lover. Okay. Money was a lover. If you were constantly frustrated with your lover, if you were constantly telling your lover, there's never enough, I just don't, you were kind of squandering your time together, not appreciating your time. Would your lover want to be around you so much? And this is a 3D thing, I know. No. So think about money. You want money to feel appreciated. So don't think about money as always being in lack. Don't think that there's never enough of you. Don't think you're always hard to get. Don't think, why don't you come around? Why don't you want to really appreciate money, love money, and know that money is like anything else. It's energy. Okay. And it's more about the value that you have for yourself. And think of it as the currency is the value and in the energy. So a lot of you guys believe that to get more money, you have to work harder. And that's totally fine. But remember this, a lot of people bust their butts and they work very hard. And they work and they work and they work and they work and they still aren't making the money that they deserve. And then you have a lot of people who don't work as much and they're making all the money that the person busting their butts deserves, right? I was just talking about this with Hannah earlier. What's the difference? Well, we don't really know what's going on in the people's minds exactly, but we can say just by looking, they obviously have a belief. It comes down to your beliefs. It's not that this person is luckier than that person. It comes down to the beliefs. And remember that you don't manifest what you want, you manifest what you believe. The law of assumption may as well be law of belief. Okay, so change your belief and take the limits off of you. And also remember that money can come to you from known and unknown sources. Okay, money always can come in from known and unknown sources. So make the decision that you're making X amount of dollars. Oh, I just got an email. I'll tell another story about one of my awesome clients. He's a musician. He's amazing. He's incredible. He pulled himself out of the rat race and decided, I want to start making my own money. He's now doing his own thing. He's bringing in thousands of dollars. He's manifesting all sorts of money from different sources, meaning like his dad gave him a certain amount of money. His dad even gave him a couple bars of gold, unexpected completely. His business is flourishing and he's right in the heart of everything. And I know that this man, if you're watching, I don't think you're watching because you would have said hi. I know you're going to be famous. I know you're going to be winning a Grammy and you're going to be thanking my coach, Kim. You're going to be thanking me on that stage. I can see it. I can taste it. I can feel it. Okay. He just texted me though. And he just, not texted me. He just emailed me and he said, I'm not going to give too much detail, but he was given a brand new from somebody that he was doing something with a project or something. He was literally given a brand new $7,000 guitar with a leather strap for his birthday. Things like this didn't used to happen. Okay, things like this are happening now because he's making these choices to use manifestation as a lifestyle. One of the biggest tips that I gave him that always worked for me, that always works for him, and I'm sharing this with all of you guys. When you're starting to get overwhelmed and you're feeling like you can't handle something, no matter what it is, I want you just to tell yourself, "Wow, that was easy. Wow, this is so easy. This is so easy." When I was manifesting my interior design showroom, and I was literally like, I was like taken over. I don't know how I did half the things that I did. I somehow was communicating with vendors. I was curating furniture. I don't know. It was like I was just a completely different person. It's because I surrendered to partly who God was calling me to do this so I could prove to you guys that manifestation was real. So, what was my point? I had a point of this. I was taking on so much for one person. And half the time I didn't even know how I did half the things I did. I really don't. It's like I just automatically, like I always knew, um, I always knew exactly what to do because I was going to sleep. I was obsessed with that, my interior design showroom. I was obsessed that I was award winning. I was obsessed that I was bringing in $100,000 a month. I was obsessed that people were obsessed with me and my showroom. And I was obsessed that everybody wanted me to design their homes. I was obsessed with it. I never stopped thinking about it. I ate it. I drank it. I slept it. I was obsessed with it, but it wasn't in a way that was obsessive, like I can't have it. It was obsessive, like I fucking love this. I'm sorry. I swore again. I'm so sorry. But this is what happens when I get super passionate. Sorry about that. So anyway, um, you can, while I was in the midst of doing all of this stuff, I was doing the work of teams of people that big box stores had literally teams of people doing it. And this was just me handling it all. And I would get like all of this stuff. And I would literally, I also saw like my ADHD was like my superpower. Like it was like a superpower because I would have like 20 windows, browsers. I was flipping between this. I was just able to do so much. And I would literally have this belief in my mind. If I write down my to-do list, and these were major milestone things. If I write down my to-do list, somehow, some way, it's all going to get done like that. And then I was in the midst of now doing the work, the hard work, right? I would tell myself, this is easy. This is done. This is easy. This is done. Wow, that was easy. It's all done. I would see myself that it's all done. Always go to my end, always go to my end, always go to my end. Okay. And when it came to manifesting money, I would listen to music that tapped into this part of me. I felt like strong. I felt sexy. I loved, imagining like I would be in the shower and I would imagine the end of the day of me coming home. I would walk through the whole process of, oh, I mean, I would go to the end, but then somehow for the day, I would just imagine what would it feel like if I had a $25,000 day today. How would I feel? That would feel good. I would feel relief. I would feel strong. I would be on my sofa watching TV, cuddling with my dogs, and just enjoying life. I would be, if I want to go out to eat, I go to any restaurant I want. I can buy anything that I want. I can do whatever I want. That's kind of where I was with it. And then if next day, that day, nothing happened. Next day, nothing happened. Next day, nothing happened. It was crickets. Nobody came in. I would just keep repeating. And then boom. Okay. And so that when you just stay persisting, you just trust. Anyway. All right, guys. I love you so much. I am out of energy now. It's 4 o'clock almost, and I can't believe that I've been on this long. I hope this video was of some value. If you need me, reach out to me. If you want coaching, go email me at kim@coreunion.com. Tell me a little bit what's going on. I'll reply back with the next available after you book your session at coreunion.com. You can do a 30-minute, 60-minute, or a package. I don't say session anymore because when I say session quickly, I lisp. So I'm taking that out of my, yeah, Cave, I'm going to eat something yummy. Thank you. I'm going to enjoy my yummy meal. So anyway, guys, I love you. If you need me, just reach out. I can help you manifest anything. I can help you learn how to manifest. Keva, thank you for today, Mama Kim. You're welcome, Keva. And Papa Hana says he loves you too, Keva. Papa, I'm sure, sends all of his love out to you guys. I love it when you guys give a whole bunch of love at the end of these. Mosh, love you, Kim, and love you, everyone. Mosh, I love you too. Everyone tell Mosh that you love him. Zay A, mother. Yes, amen. Despicable Red Cat, thank you. You're welcome. Despicable E, love you, Kim. I love you too. See you soon, Despicable E. Frankly, guys, I would come on every day live if I thought that I could. It's okay, I am. Thank you, I am. I appreciate that. I am. I love you too. We love you too. It's all good. Don't worry about it. It's just I'm Mama Bear, honey. I'm going to be very protective when things like that come up. So I knew that it wasn't intentional though, but that's why I just had to delete it. Okay. Maria, I love you too. Maria, you didn't tell me if you got my email. Did you get my email? Because I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to put you on that rotation you wanted. Mosh gave me a whole bunch of love. Thank you. All right, guys, I love you. And yeah, if you need me, reach out. I need to get more content up. Joanne, you're so inspiring. Thank you. Thank you. I aspire to be inspiring. God inspires me to be inspiring. Thank you, Kim. You're welcome. H, are you old school H? You're like part of the OG. Is this the same H? Haven't seen you in a while. Aaron Cat, please go live more often. I will. You know what? I have this weird belief. Okay, Maria, thank you for confirming you got that. A few months ago, when I was going live every day, I was loving it because I didn't have to edit anymore. And I really loved it. And I was like, this is amazing. I'll just get my content out every day by going live. But all of a sudden, I started losing all these subscribers. And then I was like, what the heck is going on? And then I was watching a couple other YouTubers, and they were angry, but they didn't make the correlation like I did. And they were like, oh, I can't believe I said this on a live video the other day. I lost all these subscribers. And I'm like, no, you didn't lose subscribers because people don't love you. It's just something weird with YouTube. And so I got this belief in my system that if I go live more often, my subscriber count goes down. And I guess it doesn't matter, but it just upsets me. So I don't know. I'm trying to get more content out daily because I want to. We'll see how it goes. I guess it doesn't matter. Like if I'm one of the great ones, eventually someday I'll have 1 million subscribers. Does it matter if I lose X amount? No, it really doesn't. So maybe I just need to do that more. I love all the love. Thank you. Okay, so let's see. This gets addictive. Erin, affirm that it will get you more subscribers. Erin, I love you. You just coached me. Thank you. Thank you. And the student becomes the teacher. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Doodle Doge, it's probably both bot accounts got deleted. I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right. Okay, yeah, everybody's telling me to go eat because you can probably see I'm about to pass out. I always think it would be so funny, the idea if I passed out on live. That would be hilarious. Oh my God. Anyway, I love you. Guys, have an amazing day. Reach out if you need me. I'm here for you. I will try to get some more content out tomorrow, and I will talk to you soon. I love you, and I'm going to try not to get hooked into more questions and comments. Okay. So here we go. Gonna end it. Have an amazing day. Hannah, I love you, baby. Mama, I love you. And all of my clients and subscribers, all of you guys, I love you guys so much. Have an amazing day.